Hey yo everybody, what is up? It's your boy, the Danny, back again. Now, by time this video will be released, tomorrow is officially the day before the countdown on the auditions for Broken Secrets is up. Which means by tomorrow, everyone should know who they are, or at least casting should finally begin. Now, before the series gets started, and before all the characters are cast, I just wanted to make a nerdy little fan video trying to predict what the story of Broken Secrets will be. So yeah, without further ado, I want y'all to sit back, relax, grab yourself like a Coke or something, and just enjoy my ramblings of what I think Minecraft Story Mode Broken Secrets story will be. Thank you, and without further ado, let's get started.
His name is Danny DeVito. He will defeat you if he wants, if he please. And if you don't give him his lemons, then he will break your knees. Your knees. His name is Danny DeVito. He really needs those lemons. And if you don't give them to him, he'll break your knee.
Before we start, I just want to clarify that this is completely unofficial. Nothing in this is going to happen, at least probably not, unless I am actually a god at guessing, which, let's be honest, I'm probably not. And I am not affiliated with the Tazo team or the Decayed team in any way, unless I become an actor, so hopefully that happens. And, yeah. I created custom renders for all the characters you will see. They do not represent the actual characters in any which way, shape, and or form. With that being said, let the video begin. Thank you. Alright, now the story is gonna start in one of two ways. I imagine the first episode is either gonna open on Alice or Ethan. It doesn't particularly matter too much, because both of them are main characters and very central to the plot, which is something we'll get into later. But, I believe most likely the story is gonna start out with, Alice. Now, I imagine Alice is gonna end up living in a nice little shack on the outskirts of Endercon City, living with her mother. So I imagine when we first walk into the scene, we're going to see Alice and her mother having some sort of conversation. Her brother will be there too. What will happen here, I'm not really sure. He could run in doing something crazy, or they could just be having a family breakfast or something. Either way, I think the story is going to go down the route of Alice taking her brother to meet up with her friend group, and then they would go to watch the EnderCon building competition. Them themselves, I imagine, probably wouldn't be participating. However, I imagine it'd be fun for them to watch the original building competition. Feel like now is a good time to say I'm going to try and keep along the original storyline of Minecraft Story Mode, because I know this is an alternate universe type scenario, basically meaning that it follows the same story, but, differently. Oh my goodness, I couldn't have explained that worse if I had tried. Anyhow, Alice meets up with her friends, they watch the building competition, then they see a fire break out at the building competition. So naturally, that's not good, so they just leave. Or maybe they help put it out, I don't know, doesn't really matter. Either way, after that whole dilemma, they go to EnderCon City. They are getting hyped for the big EnderCon festival coming up later that night, actually. So naturally, they go to the Happy Tortilla Arcade. I almost said arcade. The Happy Tortilla Cafe, where they meet up with another one of their friends. They meet up with Eliza Diaz, who is currently on work. She's relatively sad because she's going to be working through the festival, which is unfortunate because she won't be able to see Gabriel. By the way, her entire friend group bought tickets to see Gabriel because, yeah, it's the Gabriel. Who wouldn't want to see him? Regardless, they pretty much spend the rest of their day at the cafe and around the other places at EnderCon, just hanging out. This is when the story would cut to Ethan. Ethan would end up receiving a letter from his uncle, who just so happens to be Ivor, who also just so happens to be his role model. You see, Ethan's uncle, Ivor, is the only person who has ever really accepted him, per se. Yeah, the Iron family doesn't exactly have the best reputation in Endercon, due to some unknown blight that happened in the past, probably related to what broke up what broke Ivor away from the Order of the Stone, completely tanked the Iron family name in Endercon, which is why a very interesting guard at EnderCon named Trevor Solis comes to his rundown shack to make sure that Ethan is in check. You see, Trevor never really liked Ethan. Ethan is just another link in the world's worst chain to him. So he tends to keep an eye on him, and he's exceptionally tough on him. However, after collecting what little rent Ethan can afford, he's back out and about. Ethan checks the letter he got, and it so turns out that his uncle is coming into town. He couldn't be more overjoyed to hear this news if he tried, so he gets ready. He meets up with his uncle Ivor, which is where he finally gets good news after ages. He hears his uncle talk about how he has devised a plan to expose the Order of the Stone's lies and clear their name. Ethan is immediately on board. He couldn't care less about the people of this town, and he couldn't care less about anything except finally being treated like a human, for lack of better terms. He goes out with his uncle, and his uncle goes to make a trade. This is when he noticed his Alice and her friend group getting up to normal teenage mischief out in the main festival. He is pretty much indifferent to their presence, but this is the first time he notices them, completely unaware that he is going to get very close to them soon. Regardless, after his uncle makes the trade, he has a wither skull. Ethan is a bit concerned, but it's whatever. Ivor uses 2 tickets he bought to get Ethan and himself into the EnderCon show. They arrive a bit early, about half an hour. Ivor then takes Ethan to the basement of EnderCon and shows him the command block. Ethan is confused and he's a bit scared as to what this means. However, Ivor explains his plan. He has spent the past couple years programming this command block in order to control a wither, where Ethan is shocked by this revelation. He finally realizes Ivor's plan. He's going to control a wither and use it to show the world how much of a coward Gabriel really is. And well, After Gabriel's reputation falls, it's only a matter of time until people start questioning the other member of the orders. Ivor sees his plan as genius, although Ethan has his doubts. He's scared something could go wrong. He brings it up to his uncle, which is why he pulls out the potion of command. Just a special little elixir that will destroy the Wither, say anything go wrong. With this, Ethan is on board. They get ready, and this is where both the stories merge. Completely honestly, there will probably be some filler here, but I don't care about the filler. I just care on getting a baseline of what I think the story will be, so we're gonna skip to the Wither Storm, because that's, let's be honest, that's all most of us care about. Alright, so this part plays out mostly the same. Ethan will be in the crowd, as well as Alice and her friend group. They'll be watching, Gabriel will be doing his thing when Ivor will interrupt, and he places the command block down, and bada bing bada boom, the Time Eater from Sonic Generations spawns and starts devouring time and space. Anyways, yeah, the Wither Storm spawns, it starts devouring everything, and yeah. People stay behind a little bit to see if Gabriel can defeat it. After Ivor's potion fails, this is where the story changes a little bit. Alice and her friends book it out of the building as fast as they can. However, Alice splits from the group in a last-minute decision to go get her friend who's working at the Happy Tortilla Cafe. Iron, however, is grabbed by... not Iron. Ivor grabs Ethan in a desperate attempt to escape and starts pulling him out. On their way out, Mr. Olsen comes and tackles Ethan and starts yelling at him for this. He blames him for the Wither Storm, which I honestly can't blame him, but yeah. Ivor throws a potion on him and they make a quick getaway. The Wither Storm chases Gabriel to his temple like before. This is where things will be interesting. I see it either that Alice and her friends go through the Nether portal and escape to the temple, or how I think most likely, Alice's friends go through the portal. Alice gets separated to go get her mother to make sure, her family doesn't get obliterated by the Wither Storm, and then Ethan and Ivor will go on their own merry journey. Alright, from here, a few things are gonna happen. Obviously, I have no idea where the story's gonna go. This is all just a prediction. But I think Alice and her family is going to head to Redstonia in an effort to try and get her father. Alice's friend group is going to go to the Order's Temple, and then they are going to go to Boomtown to get Magnus. And then I think Ivor and Ethan are going to head to Soren's Fortress. And yeah, the original cast of story mode will probably also be involved somewhere. They'll probably just stay around the temple, or I don't know, maybe they'll go on a few adventures with our friends, but yeah. Also, now while I remember, I'd like to say I really hope Tazo takes advantage of some of the cut content from story mode, mainly by giving other characters bigger roles. Like, I really think it'd be neat if we could see the Order's Temple turn into kind of like a survivalist hub for the people who are outrunning the Wither Storm. But yeah, eventually everyone would come together and meet at Soren's Fortress. Ethan and Ivor would probably get in an argument / fight with everyone else. resulting in Ivor abandoning, Ethan accidentally getting left behind, everyone coming together to try and bomb the Wither Storm. I think we all know how well that turns out. Then yeah, the story would go with Ivor and everyone coming together, bonding, and everyone working on striking down the Wither Storm. From there, the portal arc would happen. I'm not too particularly sure how they're gonna handle the portal arc or any season 2 or anything like that, or if they even are. And obviously there's the mysterious stalker character, which we don't know much about. I don't know how he's going to play into the role, and I don't know how he could. But all I know is that Tazo is brewing something here, and I think we can look forward to an awesome project coming soon. And who knows, for once in my life, maybe I guessed right. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. At the time of recording this, there is a solid 12 hours left until we finally figure out who got what. Y'all, I am sincerely hopeful, and I am very scared. But yeah, before everything, I just wanted to take a minute to appreciate the work that Tazo is putting in, and also, give my predictions for what the series is going to be like. And yeah, I wish everyone luck, and without further ado, good night, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's 6:12 a.m. in the morning.